Hey everybody, it's Amy, owner and curator of YosoBoho. Welcome back to my channel and to a Thursday night thrifting adventure. Tonight we are thrifting at one of my favorite Goodwills in Mayfield Heights. If you've been around the channel, you know that I go here pretty often and I always find amazing things. Today we were on our way back from, I don't remember where. Irf was with me and we stopped in here and I found a few things. Not a huge haul, but it was a good haul and I'm taking you along for the shopping. So without further ado, let's go shopping. We're gonna start right here in the mugs because if you didn't know, if you didn't see, if you didn't hear, my aunt found a Rae Dunn mug here that was worth $465. So I will go ahead and link that up top here if you want to check that out later. It's pretty incredible. This is actually a made in Japan mug and I'm setting it down here. I'm telling Irf, look for another one of those. In fact, there was a Horizon Otagiri mug that I think I tell him to. Yeah, right here. Look for that one too. I love to find them in sets. There are a few mugs in this area that look like Otagiri. I'm going to point a couple more out here. This one here looks like it could be Otagiri. A telltale sign is the speckled kind of stoneware look and then that brown kind of high glazed handle and sometimes a ring around the top. Now this isn't necessarily true for all Otagiri mugs and things, but a lot of mugs. And a lot of mugs that are Otagiri aren't necessarily valuable. So try and look them up, but they are pretty good for selling, especially in sets. So yes, we started here in the mugs and we looked at every single one of them. And I don't think we'll ever find a $465 mug here again, but you know, sometimes lightning does strike twice in the same place. Those were definitely some 80s and 90s mugs happening right there. I just love the vintage mugs so much. I don't know what my obsession is with them, but if you've been around, maybe you've heard me talk about doing a coffee cup corner in one of our booths, and that is the plan. So I'm still kind of on the lookout for like unique, vintage, cool coffee cups to add to that collection. That's all I'm doing here. I'm checking them all out. Pretty good. These were adorable, but don't really fit my niche. And that cat, oh, he was so cute, and I was thinking about grabbing him, but he just didn't have the age. So I passed on him. And then over here are a bunch of plates. I tell Irf, get out of my way. And I take a look at some of these. These were kind of interesting, but very, very lightweight, which to me meant probably not the greatest quality. And those were just some made in China, although they were a beautiful blue. Now we're over in the wood area, checking out a box. I like the tapestry on this, but it was in pretty rough shape. And they wanted $450 for it. Liked the look of this box right here, but again, it had some damage. That was for a tissue, box holder. That I think was I don't know if it was wall decor, or if it was some sort of placemat, but that was kind of cool. And I've been looking at signs. I've noticed in our antique mall that a lot of those things sell, which is unfortunate because I think they're kind of like Hobby Lobby pieces, and I don't like that. This was a doll squished in a box. Oh, I should have checked out that Ohio State tray down there. This girl was cute, although she was in rough shape. I don't know if she was, she probably was sitting outside for a long time. Cute nonetheless. And this is a piece that I hemmed and hawed over. It's a very big, cool, kind of teak wood piece with all those little compartments. I love the look of this, and I kind of regret not picking this up. But they did have 619 on it, and it did have some damage. So I left it for somebody else. And I'll tell you, I was there just a couple days later, and it was gone. So it went home with somebody. I liked the look of this shelf. Just those little details on the edges. And on the other side, we have some metalworks. Love the look of this. But I did a lookup on this, and I'll share it if I can find it. I couldn't find it again at home for some reason, but it looks like somebody picked it up for $8 at another Goodwill. And here it is on the shelf here for $5.69. It did go in the cart, like I said, until I had a chance to look it up. And then I decided it just wasn't worth that kind of money. And then there you see a train in the front of my cart. That was an early pickup, but when we sat down and looked at it, it was missing a lot of pieces and something seemed broke, so the train stayed there too. Now I see this piece, and this is intriguing to me. It is a single plate holder. It is really great quality. I can feel it in my hands that its weight is awesome and it looks great. So yeah, I snagged this one. One of the things that we sell really well in our booths at our shops is plate racks. And I think every one that we've put in there has either sold or disappeared. The last one we put in there has disappeared. We're guessing it's in somebody else's booth within the shops. By the way, we have 2 booths at the Shops by the Lake. I will put that address here. It is in Painesville, Ohio. And yeah, our last plate rack disappeared, but it's somewhere. This is gonna go there. I'm going to put it on the wall. I'll probably put something beautiful in it, and hopefully both of the pieces will sell. This is really nicely built. It has a great weight to it. It has a great look to it. Let me put a plate in it so you can kind of see how it will look. Now this is just a plain plate, and this is actually a preview because you'll see this in a minute. But look at that. Doesn't that have an amazing look? Very cool fall vibe. And even though this is so plain, man, it really makes it look great, doesn't it? I paid $2.29 for the plate rack, and I'm guessing this is probably a $20 piece. I always like to get about 10 times my money, so if I can get about $22 for this, that will be wonderful. We're still over in this metal area checking things out. Then I saw this, and what in the world? This is like, feed me, Seymour. Somebody made this, and I kind of regret putting it back on the shelf because seeing it again, I really liked it. It wasn't in the best condition, but man, did it have a cool look. I saw this lobster peeking out of this pot over here. How cute is this? Unfortunately, it was in horrible condition. It even had some holes in it. But man, it would look really cute sitting outside, maybe at a Maine cottage. I have to reach down here because I threw this off the shelf when I saw that lobster pot. Ooh, and this looks like a Moscow Mule cup. Yum. Then I see this smiley guy here. Makes me think of Yvon from Thrifty Rich. If you do not watch her, you must. She is so sweet and she shares so much information. Love the look of this corn platter here. I had never seen this. I'd seen Baum Brothers, but not the style eyes. Now this one's not worth much and it had some damage, but keep an eye out for the Shawnee corn platter or any of the Shawnee pottery corn pieces. They can be worth some money. I like the looks of these pieces. These butterfly pieces are made by World Bazaar. It looks like they were sold at Mark's. I did look these up and there were a couple listed, but no sold. So I left them, but there were 3 pieces. There was a pitcher and a platter and a bowl. They probably would have looked cute in the springtime at one of our booths, but I passed. I've somehow made it back around to the aisle with the plates. And I don't know if you could see on that video, but that was all broken and glued together. It's a pretty piece of pottery though. I think we were so focused on getting over to where the mugs were that we missed this whole side of the aisle, and that's why we're back here. This is a cute piece. Liked that blue and white. And this too, this canister with the joy was nice. Like that big crystal pitcher back there. I didn't even check that out. And then I saw these down here, and I really liked these. I'm not exactly sure why I passed up on these. They were all artist signed. They were from Bavaria. They were only $1.09 a piece. And there was a stack of 5 of them, I think, all different. Now, they may not be completely hand-painted. There may be some transfer wear and then some paint. But, man, they were pretty. I think in my head I wasn't sure if they would sell. I'm still not sure that they would sell. But they do have a really cool Art Deco look to them. And I don't know. Maybe they could have lived in my built-in china cabinet for a little bit until I figured out what to do with them. Yeah, I probably should have picked them up. We rounded a corner and almost ran into the guy bringing out a new cart. So here are some things that I pulled off the cart real quick that I definitely grabbed. Let me show you this one. There were several pieces that I pulled off of a cart that had just come out, and you're about to see those. This was the first of those pieces that I had set up on a shelf that I pulled down then and handed to Irf to put in the cart. It is a beautiful like strainer with a pour spout bottom. It's really nicely done in these beautiful colors, kind of like a sandstone to a blue to a gray blue. And I love this little detail here for your thumb when you're pouring the juice out. It's awesome. It is artist signed. You can kind of see a signature here. And yes, I only paid $2.29 for it. How could I leave it there for that? I love pottery pieces, and I know that this will sell on eBay or the shop, but it may not make it past me or my sister. Because if you've been watching lately, you know that we're both on a pottery kick and we're kind of hoarding the pottery right now. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And here's the next piece that I pulled off that cart. A beautiful big wooden bowl. Looks like it might be made of different woods, but I'm not sure. I'm not a wood expert. But yes, let's take a look at this piece. It is not an old piece. It says it's made by The Cellar, and it was made exclusively for Macy's. And yes, the price was $3.39. So how could I say no? Look at the quality and the condition of this piece. I mean, it is gorgeous. I love the way it's cut and that you can see the wood here, the way it's assembled. It's just fantastic. This is gonna stay with me. I have a basket in my living room that has some strange kind of gourds in it, and I think that this is gonna replace that basket just because it is so stunning and I love the wood, and I think it's perfect for the pieces that are gonna go in it. So this is gonna stay with me, at least for the moment. Finally, I pulled these 2 big plates off of that cart and was thrilled when I flipped them over to see that they were Dansk. Anything made by Dansk is good, in my opinion. And that was the right price. So both of these definitely came with us. Back to the plate. There's 2. And they're awesome. They are Dansk. You know I pick up anything I see that says Dansk. They were $1.09 a piece, which is amazing. I will show you some comps. It looks like a blue set like this sold for $50. It looks like one of these sold for $35. I don't think I'm gonna get $70 for the 2. Maybe if I sold them separately, but I'll probably sell them together, and I'll probably ask somewhere between $60 and $65 and then take an offer if I get an offer. I mean, I'm starting with $2.20. So that's fantastic. That was a surprise. These are neat because they're deep dish. Like, they're awesome looking. This is from a series that they made called BLT. I think it stands for breakfast, lunch, and tea. And I'll show you a picture that I found of a set and the way that they packaged it. It's very cool. Can you imagine a whole set of these? Oh, so fantastic find. This is probably the big find of the day since I will turn $2 into probably at least 60 bucks. And that's great. Down here next to the now empty cart, I saw this really cool Greek looking boho tin platter. And it looks like you can get these on eBay for about $13. So even though I put it in the cart, it did not stay in the cart. And then I saw this cute guy. Look at him. And I looked down the shelf and I saw, oh, he has a sibling. Look at him over here. So of course I had to marry them. So I put them together. Yes, I saw the third. You'll see. This is a cool signed pottery bowl. Not sure why I passed on that. Maybe I just wasn't feeling the weight and the colors. Irf brought over this guy who was super cute but had a little chippy, so we passed on him. Maybe that's when I spied this guy. And I thought, you all belong together so somebody can see you here. I think these were just hobbyist pieces. I'm not 100%, but I loved how they looked. I would have removed the little bows on their necks. But of course, I had to marry them all on the shelf so that somebody could see them and their cuteness. A little bit further down the shelf, I saw this single shaker. It was very pretty, but I passed on that. And that green oil lamp there was modern. If you're thinking it may glow, I assure you it was modern. This is kind of cool, another hobbyist piece, but a neat looking thing. And what in the world? More ducks? There's like an entire flock of them. Yeah, you two go over here too. Super cute. I know, there's something wrong with me. Here's another piece of pottery that was handmade. That did not look to be a pro piece. That was maybe a student art piece, but it was cute. These were nice. Always take a look at these because sometimes these are actual silver. Now, I spent some time on these off camera and they are not. They were a cheaper version. I looked down the shelf and I saw this cute little kissing person sticking out here. Now, I have another one similar to this, but not as new. Mine's older over at the shop. And I think I have like $6 on the one at the shop, so $2.29 was not really a feasible flip. I like the look of these, even though they're modern. Kind of like to pick up new in the box stuff. And this did land in the cart. This is a DEI, which stands for Dennis East International. I don't think I realized that. But they only sell for between $10 and $12. So for $2.29, I also skipped on those. I liked these and I loved these colors. This green and orange really screamed 70s to me. And these look like they would look great on a tiki bar. But they needed cleaned out. Together they would have been like $5. And I just didn't see the value in them either. So I skipped on them too. Then I stepped back just to take another final look. And I see these canisters in here. And I wondered at first if they were hobbyist pieces. But when I examined them closely, I thought, no, these are really well done. Obviously not hobbyist pieces. Very cool looking. Although I was bummed out because this one had a crack right down the side of it. It's called Garden Harvest, made in Japan. I will show you some comps on these. I was surprised when I looked these up. It looks like they were more valuable several months ago and they have come down in price, and that happens. Vintage things tend to trend up and down. Maybe somebody showed one somewhat like this on their channel and a few people that were watching decided they wanted it, ran out and got it, and now, those that are sitting out there, don't have the same demand, so they come down in price after a bit. Always healthy to look up and take a look at the dates. Oftentimes I'm wanting to list something at the highest, but if it's trending down, I'm not ever going to get what it sold at, months ago. This is a neat piece. It was a music box, looks like a trinket box from France, but it was so bent and damaged. I ended up passing on it. It didn't work either, so that was an easy choice. And we saw this school desk, and I asked Irf if he would still fit in it, and he does. I said, all right, how did you sleep in your desk when you were in school? I said, you didn't put down your head or anything? Lots of kids put their heads down. He was like, yeah, sometimes I sleep like this. Oh, I love him. These are the pieces I ended up with, and you have seen these, so just 4 things. Small haul, but good. And this was great. Somebody painted the big wave on the side of this dresser. Really cool. All right, everybody, that completes our trip to the Goodwill on this Thursday evening. I hope that you enjoyed shopping with me and my crazy guy. If you're still with me at this point, I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. If you're still with me and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Hit that little alarm down there and then set it to all. I put up a video a couple of times a week, so you'll know when that happens if you do that. And then while you're clicking around down there, click a like or a dislike. I don't really care. And then leave me a comment down below. Was there something that I picked up that you were excited about? Or did you see something on the shelf? Or just say hello. And then the biggest thing you can do for my channel is to share me with a friend. Tell somebody about me and that we're doing some treasure hunting and some thrift shopping together, and tell them to subscribe because that will help us build our little YosoBoho tribe. All right, everybody, I so appreciate you. I hope that you're taking good care of yourself, and I will see you next week. Bye.